Hey guys, so I want to make a video today about a major plot hole that I've been thinking about in Dragon Ball Super, and it's the Future Trunks arc. Right, so I've been thinking about this a lot, and when I look at the timelines of the Future Trunks saga and the Dragon Ball Z saga, so the original timeline, this is the one where Goku dies of a heart virus. Then all the Z fighters are killed by the androids. Then Gohan is killed by the androids. Trunks comes back in time and finds a way to defeat the androids, and then is killed by Cell. And the time machine that Cell has, he uses to travel back 4 years before the androids arrive to the main timeline. The main timeline is the one that we know, the one where Future Trunks comes to. And Future Trunks' timeline, that is a completely separate one. So what I want to get at here is, in the Future Trunks arc of Super, they use 2 separate time machines from 2 separate timelines. Okay, so I know what a lot of you are thinking is, oh, it's just a time machine, it'll just go back and forth in time. But based on what we've seen in Z, that's not how these time machines will work. See, Trunks came back to this time, to the main timeline, because he programmed it to go 3 years before the androids arrived. And Cell, the only reason that he ended up in the same timeline is because he went a year further back. So he was going into one alternate timeline and Trunks were going into another. So the 2 were going into 2 alternate timelines from 2 different ones, and they travelled to the 3rd. Okay, so that is why the 2 time machines end up in the same timeline. But as we see in Trunks, he travels back and forth between his own timeline and ours, the main one. So that shows that no matter what changes in the main timeline, Trunks can always go back to his same time. So no matter what, he will go back to his timeline. That's got me thinking, in Super, Goku Black destroyed Trunks' original time machine, like completely blew it up. So there is no way that Trunks can go back to his own time. Then Bulma pulls out the time machine that Cell used, the one from the original timeline. So they use this and end up going back to Trunks' timeline. But that's not how this would end up working. Based on everything that we've seen with how Trunks travels back and forth between his time and the main timeline, Cell's time machine would go back to the original timeline, not to Trunks's. So really, this would be no use to the Z fighters. It'd be no use to Trunks or Goku or Vegeta. It is actually completely pointless, because from what we've seen, it just goes on times and dates. So what really should have happened is that for the time machine, it would go to Cell's timeline. It would go to the same year that Trunks came from, but in Cell's dimension in his timeline. But obviously this isn't what happened because of, well, convenience and basically the plot, what would be more entertaining, rather than finding a way that would actually make complete sense and cut off all loose ends. They just use a shortcut like Toriyama, he uses a lot. Really, no one actually looks at this, but it is a major plot hole because this is what would actually happen. They would end up back in the original timeline. So this is what really should have happened. Trunks, Vegeta, Goku, they all use this Cell's time machine, and then they go to the future, thinking that they're heading off to fight Goku Black. They're just going to another alternate timeline. It'd be basically a wasteland, a world that's getting rebuilt basically. There'd be no androids, just the wreckage of what they'd done. There'd be no Cell because he travelled back in time. There'd be no Saiyans, there'd be no Gohan, and there'd be no Trunks because they would have both been killed. So basically, the protector of the world would have to be Yajirobe. Yeah, because he's alive in Super apparently. Even though Trunks told a story about how he died, but whatever, he's alive. So yeah, basically the world would just be like the world that we live in if it was getting rebuilt after a war or something like that. So there'd be no Majin Buu because there'd been nowhere near enough energy, there'd been no outstanding power whatsoever. Well, there'd be no point in that happening. And basically, it is a big plot hole, but it was just done out of convenience. Okay guys, so let me know what you think. This is something that it just came to my head today, and I just did a bit of research into it and thought this is a major plot hole, and it doesn't make sense when you actually think about it. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you all later. Bye.